With just 1 week to go until Turkey votes in parliamentary elections, the major political parties have been holding campaign rallies. Our reporters have been covering all their events. We start with John Brain's report from the AK Party rally in Istanbul.
They came in their thousands with their flags and their banners, turning a public square in the heart of Istanbul into a scene of celebration. Will they be celebrating this time next week? The supporters of the AK Party say they're confident they will be.
AK Party will be the best for Turkey's future and for Middle East. So Turkish people can see this and they will vote AK Party.
AK Party will win because the people of Turkey want stability in the region and also in the country. In the last 13 years, Turkey has gained a lot of economic successes, and I believe that people want this to continue.
These are, of course, the party faithful. Their support at the ballot box is guaranteed. The real challenge for this party would be winning back the voters that abandoned it in June.
A number of conservative Kurds used to support the AKP, but switched to the HDP. It's thought other people may have been put off by President Erdogan's plan to create a stronger presidential system. And the economy, for so long a success story, is now faltering. But these people are adamant that an AK Party victory with a working majority is essential for Turkey's stability. John Brain, TRT World, Central Istanbul.
The joint leader of the HDP party, Selahattin Demirtas, walked into the venue today in the Şişli district of Istanbul, and he was met like a rock star. There was massive security. It was hard for us to get in, metal detectors everywhere, volunteers, but once inside, hundreds of people watched their leader, they listened to him intently, and he had some strong messages. Now, these messages are not necessarily differing from the ones he was putting out there in June of this year, when his party upset the apple cart in the election with that 13% of the vote, which meant, of course, we've had a hung parliament since then. It's a message of diversity, it's a message of inclusivity. He also stressed the importance of the youth vote in this election. He thinks the youth can be vital, and he was talking directly to them today. The crowd loved it, they lapped it up. It was interesting to see, and he's looking very, very confident.
This is Ardahan in northeastern Turkey. It's actually closer to the Armenian and the Georgian capitals than it is to Turkey's own in Ankara. But that doesn't mean come election time, it's forgotten. In fact, this place is very important. There are 2 seats here up for grabs. Now, the Republican Party, the CHP, the oldest party in Turkey, is looking to gain at least one of them. It wants to swing votes away from the HDP and the AK Party, who were successful last election. They've come up with a new election strategy, and it all centers around one man, a former Turkish diplomat. His name is Öztürk Yılmaz. He was held hostage by ISIS in Iraq for 101 days, and that's made him a local hero here. He's running on the CHP ticket, and they hope that on November 1st, on election day, he's going to bring them success.
Mehmet Yozgatli is 83 years old and has supported the MHP for as long as he can remember. His song is about pride and nationalism and the fight against Turkey's enemies.
We can survive on bread and water as long as we are one country. We are here for the unity of Turkey. Enough with terror.
The attack that killed 100 people in Ankara 2 weeks ago is all too fresh in people's memory. And today, security was beefed up with 5,000 police officers. The party's leader echoed his supporters' concerns about the violence.
Our country is facing terrible conditions. Our future is on a knife edge. Peace and brotherhood are in danger. Separatism has gained momentum. Turkey is in a deadlock.
During its first years, the MHP was accused of having a radical nationalist approach. But in the 90s, it started reforming under the leadership of Devlet Bahçeli. In June, it became the joint 3rd largest political party in the Turkish parliament.
But many people in Turkey doubt the sincerity of MHP's moderate turn and suspect that behind a more democratic facade, the party still pursues a radical agenda. like other far-right parties in Europe.
Yani şimdi Türkiye'deki
It's unreasonable to compare nationalism in Turkey with Italian fascism and other bloodsucker regimes. MHP's nationalism concept is based on self-defense. It is anti-imperialism. What we call Turkish nationalism is the fight against the forces that occupied Anatolia, and nationalism in Turkey is about self-defense.
MHP wants an end to the peace process with the PKK. It says the solution to the Kurdish question is based on security measures. Next Sunday, Turkish voters will go to the polls, and the MHP will find out if its nationalist tone has convinced voters to take a turn to the right. Annelies Borges, TRT World, Ankara.